What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwana, and I am back with All the Queens Men Season 4, Episode 12, Weak in the Knees. First of all, I want to tell y'all thank y'all, and I'm so sorry for not bringing y'all the Thursday videos, but I went to a retreat this weekend, and it was really much needed. Okay, so I now have to give y'all Love and Marriage Huntsville, Heart and Hustle Houston, as well as Ready to Love on sometime throughout the entirety of this week. But today you'll get All the Queens Men, BMF, and Just Like That, as promised. Yeah. So y'all work with me. I'm gonna be on a roll. I really tried to do BMF yesterday, at least BMF, but y'all, BMF started watching me. I was so tired and exhausted from the drive. It was a lot. Yeah, but I'm back. I am back. So thank y'all so much for being so patient. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Shout out to the new subscribers, y'all. I see I went up to 431. Okay, like we doing this whole get to 500 thing, and then we're gonna go from 5 to 1,000 and whatnot. If I do start to sneeze, y'all really forgive me because I am still cooking. I don't know how long this food is going to take, but I'm still cooking. So, not that y'all needed to know all of that. Anyway, here we go. Weak in the Knees. All the Queens Men. So, y'all know last week, the people was in there shooting up the place, shooting up Madam's place. They put Blue in the trunk. And Madam get on the stage. So the shooters left. Madam got on the stage to let them know, hey, I got this. Everything gonna be all right. When we find out who did it, it's gonna be they behind. All right. So we already know. Well, I was like, I don't think Concierge would have been this sloppy. But I did feel like it was Tony and Jean, just because that whole setup was trifling. It looked trifling. But yeah. Don't worry about it, y'all. We'll get there. So we find out that the robbers didn't take anything. They didn't take anything out the register. They came on time. They masked as the distillery people. They had on their uniforms, normal time and everything. They had 5 machine guns, and also Blue think that it was personal, and that it was an inside job. So this is when I was like questioning whether it was Concierge or Tony and Jean. Then I figured out, I really thought that this was Jean, because Concierge is not, again, he's not that sloppy, but I think he is a man of his word, especially when it comes to Madam. Like, I know they have their beef, but I think he have this level of respect for her. That's just my personal opinion, right? So, of course, they talking again. Blue and Madam are in her office talking. And again, she tells her she thinks that this was an inside job. She actually asked Madam, hey, do you think it was Concierge that did this? And Madam was like, I don't know. Hell, I got a lot of enemies. So she picked up the phone, called Concierge to ask him, basically, listen, did you do this? And he was like, no, it wasn't me. I'm going to honor our troops. Madam don't think it was him, and of course, so do I. Not this type of a job, So, Fuego and Big D, they still have the men tied up, so they thought the men were tied up, and Big D had to do his big one, okay? So, the man got up, started to tussle with Big D, and Big D popped him. And so, the other man was popping his mouth, talking about what he did to Sandra and how her poom poom was and Fuego just started punching him. And he took the gun from Big D, and y'all, when I tell y'all, Big D was so poetic, I guess, he's so dramatic. He was like, no. He told him, he said, no, if you do that, it's gonna take a lot off your soul. And I was like, okay, Big D. So Big D, he gave Big D the gun, and Big D popped the other man. So they did let both Big D and Fuego know that it was a rich woman who paid them to do this. So I don't even think they heard it, but I think eventually it may dawn on them that it was Madam who paid them to do it. Anyway, over at Maddie B's, we find out that it was Jean and Tony, and that's why her sneaky said that phone over at the club last week when she claimed she went to go see Amp. I told y'all she is not to be trusted. I cannot wait to her and Jean's unaliving, and it's coming at the end of the season. Like lately, I've been right on the people who are not going to make it. All right. So Jean just sitting there talking big stuff, like just talking big stuff like he got it in the bag. And so he tell Tony, at this point he trying to flirt with Tony, talking about something being big, and I'm just looking at him like, ew, you're nasty, dirty old man, old greasy, raggedy nasty man. Okay, he get on my nerves, and I cannot wait till he get his just due. So Blue and Madam talk, and at this point the only thing I can say is, Blue, tell Madam you in therapy. Okay, let's just be done with this, so she won't be guessing and saying alright and walking off. Anyway, so I did not realize they were going to put Jean on the stand. They end up putting him on the stand, and he literally accused Madam of unaliving Adam. Y'all remember Adam was in the first season. His wife was messing with my baby daddy, Doc. I didn't approve of that, but they was sneaking around. And so her husband came home, which was Madam's other business partner. And why would you have Doc in your house screwing him? This was all in the first season. So if you ain't catch the first season, that's like the first or second episode. I told you I love the show. So Madam eventually had to unalive Adam because he was an a-hole. Like, he really was an a-hole despite all of that. And she did it. She did do it. But don't nobody have no proof. Okay? So no case, no face, no case, or however they say that. Anyway, back in the VIP room where I'm not invited, Midnight tells the guys that he's being blackmailed by Crazy Renee. And I guess they try to give him words of encouragement. I think somebody told him, no, not at the VIP room, they was in the gym. So I don't know if they told him to go talk to the police or whatever, but Midnight was like, nah, I'm not doing that. That's just crazy. Anyway, in the next scene, Blue heads to the police station with the camera. You know what happened. She put it on a USB, to let the police know what happened. So Detective Davis is at the desk. She was like, hey, look at this footage from the club. And of course, Detective Davis ain't gonna do none of that because she want Madam to go down, and she really don't care that somebody shot up the club. She just want Madam to be put behind bars at this point. So Blue was like, you know what? Bet. She took the USB and walked out. She was like, I find it faster than you. So back in the courtroom, Jean is on a stand, right? And so Madam took her legs and was opening and closing her legs. And I would like to say Tyler Perry watched too much TV, because y'all, shout out to Serial Mom. Okay, y'all remember with Kathleen, I forgot her name, Ricky Lake, and the dude Matthew Willard. Is either Matthew Willard or Dillard. But y'all know Serial Mom was in that movie Serial Mom, where she was in a courtroom and a man tried to testify against her, and she slid down and opened them legs, opened and closed them legs real fast, and the man couldn't even do what he needed to do. He couldn't even testify. So this is what happened in this scene. He couldn't get his words together. Like, he was just doing the most. Okay, because I told y'all he a nasty old greasy fit ass milk. Alright. Anyway, Tony goes over to Amp house. Dime's there. Amp is at the gym. She go to drop something off. I guess a card so they can buy some things for the baby, or for their house. I'm sorry, not for the baby, because nobody knows Dime's pregnant. for the house, so they can, Dime can put her touches on the house. And that lady is not to be trusted. I don't know who's going to do her unaliving. I really don't know. Naima gets on a stand, and we have found proof. Well, they found the evidence that Naima's, remember, her drink was laced, and they used that. Madam's lawyer used that in the courtroom, right? And so they're using that to kind of throw away the testimony because the police didn't have that information. Y'all know Rods and Davis threw that out. And it's going bad for the prosecution. And that's okay because we don't like them. But, we want them to free Madam. Even though she evil, even though she all of the things, we still want them to free Madam. Anyway, Big D and Fuego park somewhere. They see a drone over them. And, Big D was like, hey, you want me to shoot that drone down? And y'all know Fuego is a tech guy. So he feels like there's somebody following him, and it could be. I wonder who have the drone. Now, that could be something. That could be a little bit of concierge. Like, he thinks smart and he thinks outside of the box. But it's odd. Like, who will follow them with the drone? But I think it is a setup. I think it really is a setup. So anyway, Tandy and Face. His knees gave out on him where Tandy was about to getting the best that she got. Okay? She was getting ready to, and his knees broke down on him, and down goes Frazier. Anyway, DA Rods and Davis, they back at the police station. They pissed off at this point with Naima. And I just like to know why y'all sitting here calling this lady all sorts of crackheads when she really not, and her drink was spiked. Like, y'all know that lady wouldn't do nothing like that. But again, Rods and Detective Davis don't give a damn about nobody. All they want to do is put Madam behind bars, and they will use any and everybody by any means necessary. And that is messed up, because even what's happening with Aaron, aka Trouble, like, they're not great with protecting people, and then they want to act surprised when somebody come up missing. Well, where's the protection? Like, especially for Casanova. Casanova should have never been unalived. Anyway, Trouble's room was blown up by what's his name? I'm scratching my back. By Anthony Johnson. But I forgot his name on here that quick. Anyway, but we realized that Trouble was in the bathroom, so the explosion didn't really affect her as much. Now she's on pins and needles at this point. So Dime. Did I say Dime? I meant Trouble. So the next scene, Dime is at the club. She's sitting there talking to Blue, and at this point, I just need Dime to go to the hospital, go to the doctor, and see if she's pregnant. Just get a paternity test to see who the daddy is, so you can stop being scared, worried, and all of the things, and stop being mean to Amp. Like that. He don't deserve that. So Carla comes. Y'all know Ronnie. Ronnie stopped by to visit Madam because she want to know, what Tony got going, got up her sleeve, and she want to contest their dad's will so she can get Maddie B's. Oh wait, she wants Maddie B's for herself. Madam really don't care as long as the money is flowing through Maddie B's. But Carla cares because y'all know Carla is the broke bitch. Okay, she broke. All right, and not only is she broke, she knows that Tony took Maddie B's and had her dad sign the will when he was had dementia. And I say that because y'all know ain't nothing wrong with her daddy. He just played a role. So the next day, I guess the next night at the club, what I realized, come hook or crook, come crook, baby, these ladies are gonna show up to see these men shake some ass. Okay? In spite of the shooting that just happened. And there was no fatalities. Listen, they gonna show up to see these men dance in the club. You can dance. I was thinking dance. You can dance since they can see you inside the club. Anyway, so y'all know it's giving what Sheree said, bullets and biscuits. So y'all know the few men of Eden, my baby daddy, and Midnight and Face on the stage doing their thing, and Face his knee went out again. Like, I don't know. I'm wondering, are we even going to see him in a club next season or not? Like, what's finna happen to him? Anyway, so Dime was, still at the club. Dime saw a woman with the necklace on. She took the necklace. She was like, "That's my necklace." So the woman was like, "No, this mine. My boyfriend gave this to me." She was like, "Well, why is my inscription on the back of it?" And why, like, flat out lying. How are you gonna wear a necklace with an inscription that has, whatever. She took it back. She yanked it off of her and asked her, where did she get it from? And the lady told her, she got it from the barbershop. And she told her the name of the barbershop or whatever. Right? So at this point, over with Detective Davis, she tells Trouble, that we trying to get you protection. And Trouble is like, I'm outside of this room sitting on the ambulance, sitting in an ambulance truck. What if the person who looking for me is out here? And he was. But again, Detective Davis do not care. And if I was Trouble, I wouldn't have never took that deal. I wouldn't have never took that plea deal. Like, I get it, but I don't think Trouble gonna make it. And if she do, Madam really, really went out of her way to spare Trouble. And I think the only way she can make this up to Madam is if she do her Doug Thizzle on the stand tomorrow. Point blank in a period. So Madam in Blue rode to the barbershop where Dime said, she found her necklace. And the barber, at this point, whoever Jamal is, the barber done sold you out for $200 in his life. All right? And then over at midnight, he get a knock on the door. I told y'all he was going to get arrested for that that blackmailing that Renee is doing to him. Like, that is crazy to me. Like, all of this because she want him to be with her, and this man telling you he don't want to be with you. Something is really wrong with her. So we don't know how long Midnight's gonna be locked up. We don't know what Trouble fate is gonna be. We need to know what's gonna happen to what's his name? What's gonna happen to Babyface's knee? Is he out? Is he excommunicated from Club Eden? Or we gonna reduce him down to the bartender, or what? Like, we really need to know. And I also noticed that Doc don't really have much of a storyline this season. It's pretty much everybody else. So yeah, he have nothing much going on this season. Anyway, y'all, that is all I got. That was all I was able to pull out from this episode. So the next video I will drop is And Just Like That. So give me a few minutes. Y'all will see that video shortly. And I appreciate y'all once again. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.